Sabrina Nelson, Finding a Family. Finding a Family, Sabrina Nelson.
If you look up the word family in the Google machine, the first result you'll read finds all the descendants of a common ancestor. From my experience, I find this definition to be severely lacking, but as with most words in the English language, there is an alternate definition. That alternate definition says a group of one or more parents and their children living together as a unit, which is better, but once again, it's a bit inadequate in my opinion. The first definition seems to favor biology, while the second focuses on proximity. And from my experience, family means something wildly different. Growing up, I was raised to believe that a close family unit can be bulletproof. We can get through anything if we stick together and we have each other's backs. I was taught that if your family needs you, you are expected to drop everything to take care of them. Family comes first is a very common mantra for a lot of people, and our family unit lived by it. So when my stepdad was sent to prison when I was 11, we stuck by his side. My brother and I wrote him letters every single week. My mom waited around her phone for his calls. We even made the 3.5-hour drive from Southern Oregon up to Salem to visit him a few times. As far as we were concerned, he was family and he was the only dad that we had ever known, so we supported him no matter what.
It was the four of us against the world. I was 110% convinced that to show your love, you had to show complete and unconditional devotion. Leave work if your family needs you. Back them up in a fight, even if they're the one in the wrong, because we'll handle it within the family later. Give everything you have to lift them up when they're struggling. I even got the phrase selfless love tattooed on my ribs when I was 18, because to me, that was my highest goal. That was what I was to be for my family. Completely selfless. Family first. I prioritized taking care of my family even above taking care of myself, which was a good idea and a good way of living until it was not. I moved away from my hometown and got my first adult job. My older brother had been enlisted in the Army for about a year at that point. He was stationed in Germany at the time, and we hadn't seen him since he had left for that first duty post. I don't know if it was the empty nest syndrome or what it was, but my dad eventually fell back into that addiction, and he took my mom with him. His addiction made him controlling and violent, and it made my mom severely agoraphobic, and ultimately my family fell apart. My parents separated, and my relationship with each person in my immediate family it became hostile. Blame and accusations were being thrown around, and I spent several years resenting the entire family. I floundered emotionally for a really long time. Like, I struggled a lot. But I worked with a few really good therapists. I leaned on a few good friends, and I watched my partner with his family dynamic. See, my friend and family are very close. His brother is his absolute best friend, and he calls his dad for everything from dinner recipe recommendations to home improvement ideas. Calls him for everything. And I had given up entirely on the idea of family for a really long time, but after a lot of reflection, I realized that those really close friends had reminded me what being part of a community really looks like. And even though they all live hundreds of miles away, my small handful of really good friends have slowly become family to me. I'll fly in just for their kids' birthdays. I'll talk with them over video chat. And I've stopped resenting the family-forward holidays like Christmas and Thanksgiving because they bring so much genuine joy to my husband's life. The idea of moving away from his family or even spending a single one of those holidays away from his family is completely incomprehensible to him. This new family has given me the strength to once again trust people with my innermost emotions and to be so comfortable in my own skin that I'm not afraid to off my makeup, get in my pajamas, and just relax with them on a couch for several hours at a time. I can send them a funny meme that I found online or a warm video that showed up on my timeline just because they were on my mind, and I know they think of me in the same way. My husband has also contributed to that vulnerability and comfortability, of course. I've never been so honest with somebody my entire life. We laugh ourselves into tears together on a regular basis, and he has seen me at my lowest points, and he still loves me. These beautiful people are truly changing my life, and I can't thank them enough. These days, in casual conversations, I usually tend to differentiate between my family and my family of origin. My family is there for me. They support when I'm struggling. They encourage me to take care of myself and prioritize myself all the time. They call me out when I'm being wrong and lift me up when I'm feeling low, but my family of origin is still broken for now, and that's okay, because you remember those therapists that I told you about? They are really helping me out. But I've learned that family is what you make it, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. I don't think I believe in self-love anymore, but I do believe in mindful love. I believe in intentional love. I believe in joyful love. And I believe self-love as well as familial love. Whatever flavor that takes on for me and for you.